that's great. I can actually talk about my own experiences. But it'll help me understand undergraduate education a little bit better, I think. It'll be a learning process. I'm probably going to fuck up quite a few times. But it's part of the process. And I have a ton of friends in the program. Like, most of my friends that I hang out with nowadays are all either were in it at one point or are in it right now. And one of my friends is actually the lead for the high school that I'm going to. Like, the high school lead, as they call it, the person that just runs that high school trip. She's one of the 2 high school leads, so it's easier for me to be able to get all the information I need and understand it better. So I'm excited. They're excited, and I can't wait to actually, like, in a way, kind of prove myself. Kind of feel like that I can do something like this, and it just gets me involved. It works. It looks great on resumes and the graduate school applications I'm going to have to do exactly 1 year from now. So it's a win-win scenario for me. The only downside is every Tuesday I have to wake up at like 6:30 because we go to the high school in the morning, and the high school class time is from 7:40 to 10, or 7:30 to 10, and transportation is included in that time, so we're there for probably like 2 hours. Unfortunately, but it works out well with my schedule. I actually registered for the schedule this morning. That's a story I can talk about in a little bit. Man, I'm talking forever at this point. I'm basically set once I edit these videos. And then the next day, so I ended up sleeping at one of my friend's houses. And for the rest of that day, what did I do? That was Saturday, and I was going to the football game later that day, and that was an interesting day. So I was going with some friends, and this story is actually really boring. I'll be honest. This story is really, really boring. So I had to do laundry. A friend of mine was sick a couple days prior. And I knew a friend of mine was probably going to spend the night because she needed to wake up early and go to a place that's, to a place on campus that's near my apartment. Because she lives very far away from the school, and I live across the street. So it's easier for her to just walk over to where she needs to be. I'm also by the bus stop that takes her to where she needs to go. So it works out well for her schedule. And she gets a little bit more sleep as a result. So I knew she was going to be spending the night. She was kind of back and forth on it, but just in case, I had to wash the blanket that my sick friend basically slept on and coughed all over. And that took longer than expected because my apartment, it takes about an hour and 40 minutes to do laundry. It's 37 minutes for the wash, an hour for the dry. Since I was putting a blanket in there, in addition to a bunch of other things like towels and clothes, it was just like a medley of cloth for all different purposes. It took longer. The wash cycle took probably 30 minutes longer. And I decided, I'm going to do laundry like an hour and a half before I had to leave for this game because I was going to meet up with some friends. They were going to meet at my place and we were just going to walk down there. And that didn't happen because I finished it all at 5 when the actual football game was starting. And that's... Yeah, basically, I was just late, and I blame the dry cycle, or the wash cycle, because it took so long, and I felt really embarrassed. For the time being, I felt pretty bad. My friend didn't really care. She was able to still enjoy the game, and she really liked it. It was her first football game and her last probably, because she's a senior. But the game was interesting. we destroyed the team we played. I don't know much about football, and that was a great game to actually learn because I kind of just learned a lot more about the strategy of the game, and it was pretty nice. I definitely learned a lot, and it was fun because it was just I don't know, it was just a good experience. Football is not my game. Actually, no sport is my game. I kind of forced basketball to be my go-to sport at this point. I was raised in a basketball-oriented household. A lot of my family members love basketball and play basketball. How am I gonna... Getting back up is going to be a pain in the ass. Alright. Hopefully I can actually sleep. So this is going to be 4 episodes, actually, which is really cool. It'll give me a lot to do. So let's just use the wall. I've got the shears. We're totally fine. Okay, so we're at 7 right now. Actually, 8. Alright, so then Sunday. Sunday, I devote my whole time to videos for my other channel. I wake up super early because my friend kind of woke me up saying, "Oh, I'm leaving," and she had difficulty closing my door. It doesn't close very easily, my front door. And so I basically was like, the night before I was either thinking of staying up all night until she left and then sleeping, and basically working on my videos. But because it would have taken pretty much all night. But I instead just woke up because I was feeling super exhausted. I was kind of recovering from minor cold that I had pretty much the whole weekend. And so I worked on that for a couple hours, had some breakfast, and then took a nap for 2 hours. And I regret that so much because that made my day even more hectic. Like, if I had finished if I had not taken that nap, both my videos would have gone out on Sunday, without a doubt. Or, like, really early Monday morning, like 2 in the morning. It ended up being that I got my first video out at 3 in the morning Monday, 3 a.m. Monday, and then the second video out yesterday at, like, 7, right? No, yeah, like 7 o'clock. Because So I should probably explain the process I do for my videos, and if I ever decide to show my channel, you'll understand why. So I do notes. I write notes for my videos, and then after I'm done with the notes, which take about a couple hours, depending on how distracted I get, I then go record, and that usually takes about 30 minutes, because the videos are about 20 to 30 minutes. After that, I have to edit it, and the editing I do for those videos is just cutting out like the ums and uhs and a bunch of silent moments that I make during the video, basically so that I'm continuously talking, and it you can tell I cut the video, but it looks okay. I don't actually go back and watch my videos, but it's kind of the gist of what it's about. Okay, well, I don't have any more blocks. Okay, so I'm going to probably work on this independently from this point. I just wanted to talk to you guys, and I'm using this more as a blog at this point. I was going to think about doing like a journal or a Tumblr blog thing, because I do have a Tumblr. I have 2 actually. You didn't need to know that. But I found out that since no one really watches these, I can just talk. Okay, get the hell out of my way. So I'm just gonna treat this as a blog, where I can just talk freely, and no one will care. My Monday was basically spent hanging out with friends. I went and got German food. I got Döner. It's like a German sandwich thing with a good friend of mine. I hung out with her for a little bit, played some Pokemans, because I still haven't beaten the game there, and she restarted her game, so she needed to get her Pokemans back. And then I went and got there some friends that I lived with last year that I haven't seen in like a month. And then I went back, did laundry, read, because I have a massive amount of reading still to do. And that was basically my Monday. And then this morning I registered for my classes for the next quarter. Got all of them except one, which is the one that which is, of the class I'm taking, the second most important class I need. The first most important is a seminar I need to take for my history degree, because I'm a history major. And that's required of all juniors, and I'm going to take it now so I can take the senior seminar in my junior year as well, which will help me, because it's just a research paper and a bunch of reading. And that will make my graduate application a little bit easier, because I'll actually have already written material. But my second class, the second most important, was an intro to public speaking, and I don't need that. It's not required for anything, although I wish it was required for a political science degree, because that would... It seems like you need it, or at least for like LSJ, which is Law, Societies, and Justice. But it's not really required for anything. It's kind of just one of those classes you just take. And it helps me fill in my GEs as well, which is super nice. I'm gonna put the bone wheel away. Just go put the diamonds away. And I ended up not being able to register for that. I'll have to register it for later on, or I could take the Friday off, which my current schedule has, with my substitute class for public speaking. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I hope you guys enjoyed this last episode, these last two episodes of me just talking and building. I'm going to post the Minecon adventure map. That's about 3 episodes. It was about 45 minutes, and it's kind of interesting. And I'm going to post the whole thing, so, I mean, you're obviously not required to watch it, but I hope you guys check it out, at least. I'm probably not going to post another video for a couple of days, because not only do I have a bunch of reading to do, and I already have 4 videos in the hot seat for this series, in the meantime, I'm going to build the railway to my castle. I'm going to work on the walls of my castle a little bit, and actually work on my castle just on my own. And that's basically it. Maybe the next episode we'll work on the castle a little bit more. I'll show you my progress. Or we'll continue working in the abandoned mine shaft, or maybe go into the nether, because that's another thing on my bucket list. Anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Remember, I'm Utterless Moo, also known as Nick. It was great talking with you guys again. Sorry for the lack of videos. I will probably start post a little bit more, because my workload is going to decrease in the next couple weeks, luckily, with Thanksgiving and whatnot. Anyways, stay sexy, everyone. I'll see you guys next time.